Good afternoon from Paddington. Today I'll do the TfL Rail to Heathrow Airport. Just need to wait for the announcement of which platform the 1618 to Heathrow Airport will depart from. And look, there's people queuing up for the Heathrow Express. I mean, people queuing up to buy Heathrow Express tickets. Those are for Heathrow Express services. One train every 15 minutes. Just need to look for a toilet. There it is on platform 1. And there they are. I'll then see you on the platform in which the train to Heathrow Airport is leaving from. Not that one, obviously. Hello again, now making my way to platform 18. That's the platform where the 1618 TfL Rail service to Heathrow Airport will be departing from. And that there is a GWR service. The train's not leaving yet. Welcome on board TfL Rail to Heathrow Airport. Just need to find a seat for the next half hour to Heathrow. Then we're going to have to change at terminals 2 and 3 to terminal 5. Thankfully I don't have college tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday and today's Tuesday. So tomorrow I could do Hayes and Harlington and Reading. Couldn't resist the temptation of travelling to Heathrow.
Terminal 2-3. Next station, Acton Mainline. Please note, Heathrow Express tickets are not valid on this service.
Which means if you paid over £25 for Heathrow Express, you should have gone to platform 7 rather than this platform. Oyster cards are only accepted on the Heathrow Express between terminals 2 and 3 and terminal 5 as it's a free rail transfer. Oyster cards not accepted between terminals 3 and 4. Thankfully in 2018 Oyster cards have started accepting Oyster cards on trains between Hayes and Harlington and Heathrow Airport itself. I don't know whether I'll get charged for using my bank card between terminals 2 and 3 and terminal 5. A TfL Rail service arrives into platform 12. I assume this train has come from either Hayes and Harlington or Reading. I think this train will go to Hayes and Harlington later, seeing how this train is a Heathrow one and the train that was on this platform was a Reading. Or maybe the Reading train was on platform 12. bag. A couple of the GWR trains will overtake us to those trains will be going to Oxford, Newbury, Bristol, Temple Meads, and either Cardiff or Swansea. As most trains extend to Swansea, doors are now locked, which means it's time to go. In the rear, 6 coaches will not open at Hanwell, unfortunately.
This is a TfL Rail service to Heathrow Terminal 2-3.
And because Terminal 4 is closed, this train will be terminating at Terminals 2 and 3.
This is a TfL Rail service to Heathrow Terminal 2-3. Next station, Acton Mainline. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it. For safety reasons, all items of luggage must be kept clear of the aisles and seats.
There was a Hammersmith and City Line train to Barking. Bakerloo Line has minor delays north of Queen's Park due to a signal failure. Good service on the rest of the line. Friday, I will do all tram services. Wimbledon to Beckham Junction, Elmer's End to Wimbledon, and East Croydon to New Addington via West Croydon. There goes a TfL Rail service testing on the Crossrail line. I don't know whether that's a public service or they're just testing it. I think they're testing it because Circle and Hammersmith and City Line train still over there. I think this is a TfL Rail train from Hayes and Harlington. We're now passing Westbourne Park, which means the Circle and Hammersmith and City Lines leave us. That back there was just the siding for suspension sidings for TfL Rail trains. We'll be passing the infamous Oldham Common Depot where GWR trains are stored, as well as Heathrow Express trains and the GWR Night Riviera service, which runs overnight between Paddington and Penzance. Takes up to over 6 hours, or maybe even 5.5 hours. If I'm wrong, it could be 7. I think the coldest it's been in London is 4 degrees Celsius. And I'm not good at converting Celsius to Fahrenheit. Google is. think that over there is a... It must have been a Heathrow Express train from Terminal 5. Another TfL Rail train just leaving the train wash, I'd call it, if I were you. And this is the infamous Aldgate Common Depot, which is soon to become one of the largest interchange stations here in the UK. Interchanging with Avanti West Coast, London North Western Railway, London Overground and the Bakerloo line on the West Coast Main Line and the Easy line respectively, as well as with London Overground on the North London line and West London line, not just with TfL Rail, GWR and Heathrow Express on the West Main Line.
Next station, Acton Mainline. Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Maybe every once in a while I'll have a drink. I mean, that kind of drink. First one I had was on my 18th at the park near Heathrow Airport, which is closed until March next year. I think most of you know what the name of that park is. It has roller coasters, but I just prefer it to the park as the park near Heathrow because it's near Heathrow Airport and planes fly over it when they climb out of Heathrow. Whether it's to Middle East, if taking off to the west, or taking off to Barbados or places like that. If taking off from the east, they just turn around.
Acton Mainline. This is TfL Rail service.
Yes, this train's going to Heathrow. The Terminal 4 is still closed. Yeah, Terminal 4 is closed, so you have Terminals 2 and 3 and you have Terminal 5. Yeah, Terminals 2 and 3 is open. Just saw a GWR train to Oxford pass, but I missed it, unfortunately.
This is the TfL Rail service to Heathrow Terminals 2-3.
First time at
Next
Ealing.
station, Ealing Broadway.
Yep, first time at Ealing Broadway since July.
Change for Central, District and National Rail services.
Yeah, it opens at that park usually opens at 10 AM, but some people can go in early from like 9 to 9:30 AM, especially hotel guests. That was I think it was a GWR train from Newbury. Either that or it was a Heathrow Express train. Can't be Heathrow Express if I just saw a Heathrow Express train going to Paddington. Definitely GWR. Hello, Central Line. I've missed you so much. The last time I saw you was in June. And there is a GWR train from Didcot Parkway to Paddington using some...
Please have your tickets ready for the automatic ticket barriers.
This train is off to...
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Off to Hainault via Newbury Park. A District Line train awaiting departure for Tower Hill over there in the background. This is a Central Line train awaiting departure for Newbury Park or Hainault via Newbury Park.
TfL Rail service to Heathrow Terminal 2-3. Next station, West Ealing.
At our next stop, West Ealing, you can change for GWR services to Greenford. And this Central Line train is now pulling into Ealing Broadway. It's been 4 months since I was last here.
This is a TfL Rail service to Heathrow Terminal 2-3. Next station, West Ealing. Change for National Rail services. In the interest of safety and security, CCTV is in operation on this train.
And most people who look at the CCTV cameras on TfL services will know their services.
Next station, West Ealing. Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
That train there was obviously a TfL Rail service. It's quite obvious that that train you just saw was a GWR train approaching Paddington. And all I do on TfL services is just film journeys. I will. These are formed of 9 carriages.
West Ealing. This is a TfL Rail service to Heathrow Terminal 2-3. Next station, Hanwell.
On Sundays, Acton Mainline, West Ealing and Hanwell are closed. Yes, as the Sunday trains will not stop at this station.
This is a TfL Rail service to Heathrow Terminal 2-3. Next station, Hanwell.
There is a GWR class 165
There are short platforms at Hanwell.
from Greenford. So the doors in this carriage will not open. Please move towards the front of the train to the light.
To exit, move forward 2 carriages. Next station, Hanwell. The doors will not open on this carriage. Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
And this is why I prefer doing full journeys during the day. That there is the Heathrow Express train that I wish I was on, but it's £25 for a one-way ticket.
Hanwell. This is a TfL Rail service to Heathrow Terminal 2-3. Next station, Southall. is a TfL Rail service to Heathrow Terminal 2-3. Next station, Southall.
This station is also known as Hanwell and Elthorn.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.
And there's a McDonald's. Current time is 4:33 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time.
Next station, Southall.
In India, it would be like 10 p.m. because India is 5.5 hours ahead of us.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Some countries have odd time zones, like Nepal is 5 hours and 45 minutes ahead of us. Regardless of the time of year, Portugal mainland is always the exact same time zone. Like if it's 4:34 p.m. here in the UK, then it's 4:34 over in Portugal as well.
Southall. This is a TfL Rail service to Heathrow Terminal 2-3. Next station, Hayes Harlington.
Yep, this train is en route from Reading to London Paddington.
This is a TfL Rail service to Heathrow Terminal 2-3.
Yep.
Next station, Hayes Harlington.
That information display at the back of the platform was clearly broken.
Change for National Rail Services.
As well as TfL Rail services to Reading. I think the doors in the last carriage will not open at the next station. It's at the 5:38 TfL Rail service to Paddington. Back there at Southall. That must have been a Hayes and Harlington to Paddington. I think that was a GWR train or a Heathrow Express one. it's only the trams that...
Next station, Hayes and Harlington.
I mean DLR, not trams, that are affected.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Prior to the opening of the Battersea Power Station branch line, they would test trains between Kennington and Battersea Power Station. There is a GWR service to Cardiff, I believe, or maybe Swansea or Bristol.
Hayes and Harlington. This is a TfL Rail service to Heathrow Terminal 2-3.
Next stop is the last stop. If you're travelling to Terminal 5, change at Terminals 2 and 3 for Terminal 5. That there is a Heathrow Express train en route to Paddington. Don't know the time yet, so... Yep, it's 4:39.
This is a TfL Rail service to Heathrow Terminal 2-3. Next station, Heathrow Terminal 2-3. Important customer information. It is mandatory to wear a face covering whilst travelling on our trains and travelling through Heathrow Airport. Please wear a face covering and help us keep everyone safe.
Exemptions apply. Yeah, right. Well, maybe. I think we're now leaving the Great Western Mainline. My only return trips home from Heathrow are via the tube and not via the Heathrow Express or TfL. And there is another GWR fast train I think is going to Cheltenham. When I get to Heathrow, I'll try to find a different different area to watch the planes, rather than just going to the roof of Terminal 5 all the time. Here we are in the tunnel. So you don't have long until Terminals 2 and 3. Just gonna get ready. This is Terminals 2 and 3.
Next.
No, this is the final stop.
What?
This is the last stop of the train.
Last stop.
No, yeah, that stop.
Terminal 2-3, huh?
Yeah, this is Terminals 2 and 3.
Thank you.
If you wanted Terminal 5, then you'd have to wait on the platform for a train to Terminal 5. And only 9 TfL Rail trains per day run direct between Paddington and Heathrow Terminal 5. This is due to what is going on at the moment. I will link them. I will put the information of those direct trains into the description. The direct Heathrow Terminal 5 trains, when you just do not want to catch the Heathrow Express. I mean, when you do not want to change at Terminals 2 and 3. And you're after a more direct route, avoiding Heathrow Express and the Piccadilly line. Just going to walk through the train as we approach Terminals 2 and 3.
Next station, Heathrow Terminals 2 3, where this train terminates.
Unfortunately, I'm not flying from this airport anytime soon, so I can't tell that man which gate his plane is flying from.
For the safety and convenience of passengers with heavy baggage, please use the lifts to the terminal areas. Please have your tickets ready for the automatic ticket barriers. Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Let's just keep walking through the train, shall we? Keep walking. Red signal. Just going to keep walking along the train till it eventually stops and we have to get off. A £1,000 penalty for improper use. End of the line. Waiting for Terminal 5. Okay, I'll wait till I'm on board the train. So this next train has 8 carriages and it's a Heathrow Express train. Hopefully, if I do travel from Terminal 5 to Terminals 2 and 3, I don't get charged. So I don't see any point in recording until the train arrives. I think I hear the train to Terminal 5 approaching.
Let's get train approaching platform 1 into your free transfer Heathrow Express service to Terminal 5, calling Terminal 5 only. Stand well back from the platform edge as the train approaches and allow passengers off the train floor. Once again, this is your free transfer service to Terminal 5.
They only check your tickets if you're travelling between Paddington and Heathrow Airport on the Heathrow Express, just not within the terminals itself, Terminals 2 and 3 to Terminal 5.
16:58 Heathrow Express, service to Heathrow Terminal 5. Boarded Heathrow Terminal 5 only. This train has 8 effectives. Customers wishing to travel to London, please ask your to the opposite track. Please stand back from the platform. Next train approaches. Boarding the train, please use the right track.
Yeah, these are the
This is the Heathrow Express train to Heathrow Terminal 5.
economy seats.
Where this train terminates.
You have thankfully the economy seats have power plug sockets and one have 2 power plug sockets and 4 USB ports. We're not leaving terminals 2 and 3 just yet. Legroom is okay. Like on each row there's like 2 USB ports and 1 power plug socket. And that was the business first cabin, and that was the business first cabin on board the Heathrow Express Class 387. None of the seats on board the Heathrow Express trains reclined. The same is said for the Gatwick and Stansted Express trains. The doors haven't locked yet. Arrivals and Air India, Austrian Airlines, Aer Lingus, Eurowings, Scandinavian, Turkish. All these British Airways, Qatar Airways, doors have now locked. All these flight numbers. Aer Lingus, Heathrow, Swiss International, Loganair, and Etihad. Also Iberia and British Airways is in Terminal 5. seat backs are the exact same as the economy as they are in business. So there's no point travelling.
The next station is Heathrow Terminal 5. This is our final stop. To ensure your safety, please pay attention when exiting the train and mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
The seat backs are very hard. I think the best one I've been in so far is Avanti West Coast, known as Virgin Trains at the time, when I travelled from Stoke-on-Trent to London Euston in October 2018. Economy was full, so we were upgraded to business. Couldn't find a forward-facing seat or a window seat. Most of the seats on board have misaligned. Some of the seats have misaligned windows or no window. Now we're awaiting arrival onto Terminal 5. Oh, we've just arrived in Terminal 5. Doors are opening on the left-hand side. And I hope you enjoyed the full journey on TfL Rail from Paddington to Heathrow Terminal 5, as well as the Heathrow Express rail transfer from Terminals 2 and 3 to Terminal 5. This is the end of the line. Heathrow Terminal 5.
This is Heathrow Terminal 5. This is our final stop. All change.
And that's it. What gap? Oh, that gap. Yeah, I think that's mostly to allow for wheelchair users. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the full journey all the way here from Paddington to Heathrow Airport. And as always, see you in the next video, which will be Paddington to Hayes and Harlington.